think the sketchy website I bought this turtle from stole all my info. Ooh.
Hey everybody, give me a second, my display is a little off. There we go, that's better. Sandro, boa tarde, Motion Bug. Hey, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Welcome everybody. Can you guys hear me okay? Is the music too low, too loud? How do you guys feel? Welcome. Alex, hello, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome everybody. Let me start getting pulled up with some reference here. Sandro, como vai, Ana? Tudo vai ok. Já estive melhor, já estive pior. Sabe como que é? What kind of dog do you guys think I should do today? I just woke up in the, like, I wasn't gonna do a dog at all. I was gonna do something completely different today, but I just woke up and I knew it in my heart that a dog is what I wanted to do. And I was thinking maybe like one of these flat-faced little guys, you know, the French bulldog, maybe the English bulldog. These are more intense, that's for sure. French one is more cute. Adorable. That's pretty adorable to do the wrinkles in the skin. Try to keep that clean. That's something fun, right? Richard, pug, please. Let's take a look. Let's see if the pug speaks to me. Oh my god, the pug. It. I think I'm more in the bulldog mood. How about you sculpt along? How about you sculpt along and you do a pug and then show it to me? How about a beagle? I like beagles. But it doesn't have quite as much of a flat face. I was thinking the flat face could be really a challenge, you know, like with all of that, those wrinkles and things like that. So I'm thinking that would be fun for today. Is the coloring textures in ZBrush better or other programs like Mari? I don't do my like final textures in ZBrush. I just do my like underpainting to kind of select the colors a lot of the time in ZBrush. Then I export that into a different software where I can do where I can have a little more control over the textures. Let's do a French bulldog. I just know deep in my heart that the French bulldog is what I want. Look at this one. Look at this little guy. That is so cute. Look at this. I'm gonna save this one just because. Actually, it's better to just. Sometimes it's better to go to view image first before you save it. Cartoon, hi Anna, I like your sculpting. Thank you, Cartoon. I appreciate it. Indian dog. Is that a breed? Make some jewelry designs. Oh, I'm gonna leave that up to Tomas. Although I am about to get into 3D printing, and I will inevitably at some point want to 3D print some jewelry. I will be so powerful. Nothing can stop me at that point. And like a good front view. This is the cute one. Side view. It's looking a little white on white over here, but I'm gonna go ahead and do tools size large. That way my reference can be nice and high resolution. Didn't change much, but it's important to make sure that your references are somewhat consistent. So like, you know, choosing the different ages of the dog, for example, like you can't do like an older one and a puppy in the same reference board for the same dog, in my opinion. Gotta be careful with that. I like to gather a bunch of reference first and then select my favorites. And I really am careful about overdoing it with reference too. Like having too much reference can cause more harm than good, in my opinion. I think I'm ready to start. Sphinx cat? Oh, I've already done a Sphinx cat. In fact, one of my biggest pieces ever is Sphinx cat. Let's see what I missed. Moon Switch, good morning. Dash under Chihuahua? No, it's too late now. Yesterday I installed ZBrush. I don't know how to use those stools. Do you mean like subtools? I think I should practice. Any tips for beginners? Yes, tips for beginners is that ZBrush can be extremely overwhelming with way too many buttons, options, menus, and things like that. You don't need to know all of that right away. I would urge you to take it very slow, only learn the most important tools first, and become very comfortable with them. And then as you go, add a tool here and there. Minha fome como tá? Hoje eu tô me passando um pouquinho mal, então eu não tô com muita fome. I'm tackling some rigging issues right now. I can't sculpt long. My mind is quite occupied. Oh yes, then you gotta do those rigging things. So I'm gonna turn on a symmetry first thing. Alright, I'm gonna start by creating kind of the shape. Should I do the closed mouth or open mouth like this? I'm gonna leave that one up to you. I'm gonna start from the side view. I'm gonna kind of choose the front here. As usual, my snake hook is my favorite blocking brush, so I'm just going to use that today. Actually center my reference here. I accidentally made it double snout. Okay. Open would be cool. Everybody wants open mouth. Okay, we'll do the open mouth then. At this point, some of you guys are pretty well acquainted with my mouth opening technique. Sometimes I feel like I need to do a new one, a new open mouth technique. Maybe I'll do that today. Actually, I won't. Not today. My technique is a little chaotic, but it works. I'm just kind of taking the Damien standard and like just very gently sketching in some of the main areas, just so that I can kind of like basically create little landmarks for myself, so that I can kind of feel out where different things are supposed to go. And the little chin. How many years is sculpting experience? Like 6 years. Will we get a full dog or just the bust? Just the bust. I don't have that much time. You know how it is. I don't have that much time to finish a full dog, especially not on stream, that's for sure. Depends if Pixologic wants me to stream for 6 hours. Actually, like, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind, but I would. I got things to do. Oh hey, that's a surprise. I usually watch you on Twitch, but you randomly appeared on my YouTube feed. Yeah, I know, right? Whenever I do my own streams, I just do Twitch, but here in Pixologic, I do a little bit of everything. ZBrush 2021.6 is coming. I'm excited to see what's new. They're having a live stream for this soon. Let me actually get you guys the date. It's on the 23rd at 12 p.m. PST. So if you want to catch the live stream to see the latest and greatest when it comes to ZBrush, make sure to do so. Still kind of trying to nail some stuff down here. Nothing too crazy. My technique is a little chaotic. I love that. Yeah, a little bit. It takes a big person to admit it, right? How many polygons good for sculpting? Good question, Ashok. I'm going to be completely honest with you and say that when it comes to sculpting, in my opinion, it doesn't really, how do I put it? Like, there are no hard limits. Okay, let me rephrase that. There are no industry-wide hard limits. It depends on your computer, how much it can handle, right? And your needs. Do you need to go higher? Do you need like HD geometry maybe? Like something like that? So there's like nothing wrong with going a little high. You know, it's not like you're in game design when you are having hard constraints. You can always retopologize later. But I would say that as far as when you're sculpting, it doesn't really matter. Just know your own computer, know your own needs, and then select the max poly count from there. Of course, if you're gonna give that sculpt to somebody or like sell it or whatever, you should keep in mind limitations based on their needs. It's kind of taking my clay buildup and starting to like block in some volume. I forgot the word volume. Still just moving all the different elements around. Trying to get them to be a little closer to the reference. If you know me, I know you know that like every model goes through an ugly phase, and we just gotta embrace the ugly phase. Isn't that right? There's no need to want to rush through it. There's no need to be embarrassed by it. Bull Mastiff. Oh, I love a Bull Mastiff. We should do that next time. Hey, love the choice of subject. Are you designing the dog for 3D print or render? Anna, at this point, render only, but I am getting a 3D printer soon. I say for the millionth time, one day I'll get a 3D printer. And when I do, this is going to get printed 100%. I'm going to print so much stuff out. Not even going to be funny. Yeah, I would love to have this printed. But as of right now, I don't have one yet. Because bad things happened to the printer that I had delivered most recently. Look at that ridiculous mouth already. Still kind of trying to get the forms in, the proportions a little bit. Should probably put some ears in sooner rather than later, right? Você usa perspective, sim. Eu mudo entre perspective e sem, só que as fotos todas têm perspective, então eu coloco perspective pra combinar. Mais fácil, sim. Em que número? Eu acho que hoje tá no básico. 39. Michaela, thank you for loving me. Nas Sasnad, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Mikhail, how can I work on ratio and balance? You are very good. Love you. Thank you, first of all. Then, let's see. Wait, what was it? Ratio and balance. So, basically, what I like to call the proportions of the piece. I think it takes being able to understand your reference and being able to how do I put it? Translates what you're seeing into what you're doing, right? Proportions. Some people do it easier than have it easier than others. Some people need to actually go in here and like measure it out. You know, with Photoshop, I do it all the time. Like if you look here, my other piece that I'm doing, like I do stuff like this, where I measure out elements of the anatomy. Then I use that in my piece just to make sure that that I'm doing it as correctly as possible. So if you're having trouble with it, I recommend just, you know, putting it into Photoshop or image editing software and measuring proportions of like how many eyes wide is the nose, for example. So you measure how wide the eye is, and then you would like turn that and use the nose, measure the nose with that, and that way you can get a lot of more accuracy. And accuracy is extremely important when doing studies, when doing likeness, when doing basically anything, really. So today I'm doing a little slightly different method for the mouth because I like I said, my usual method is a little chaotic, so I'm going a little less chaotic today. I dug out the bottom jaw, and I'm going to add it back in as a separate mesh. Well, not really a separate mesh. I'm just going to go to, like, insert primitives. Gonna add in a sphere. Just kind of from here. I'm gonna flatten it out a little bit. Makes it a little easier to move it around. It a little. Oop. That looks kind of silly, like some sort of dog water fountain. So I'm just gonna take a move brush or the snake hook, it doesn't really matter right now. I'm just kind of refitting in there. Make it as wide as I think I need to. And for now, they're separate polygroups, which makes it a little easy to edit. Of course, when we dynamesh, we're going to have to do some rework here. But until then, this works for setting the stage. You can use the move tool, or the move topological tool, to only move one at a time, too. Makes it a lot easier to move stuff like this that's near each other. I'm going to go ahead to the material, and I'm going to do the change the ambient occlusion a little bit so I can see a little better. Olá da Moldávia, Andrei. Olá, tudo bem? Ma'am, you work for which studio? So best ever. I don't work for a studio anymore right now. I recently started working as a teacher at a university here in the United States. So I haven't been doing studio work, except, I mean, I have been doing freelance a lot more than I used to. Because I can't, like, all of a sudden, you know, like, after years of doing artwork as my job, like, all of a sudden I wasn't doing quite as much anymore. Artwork or, like, coding. I wasn't doing as much anymore, so I need to stay fit, you know, as far as art. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of freelance, but I don't really discuss who or what I'm doing. And fitting that ear in a little bit, no biggie. This is I'm really glad I chose this sculpt today. It's so cute. It brings me joy. Honestly, I'm gotten tired of doing work that doesn't bring me joy. That's for sure. Yes, ZBrush, what would you recommend as first things to sculpt for practice, get used to the software? So when I first started, there were a few things that I thought were really good for learning. So what we did was, first we did like Z-sphere armatures. So basically like taking Z-spheres, making like a simple human body out of Z-spheres, simple, right? Nothing too complex. Then we took spheres or squares or cubes and made like mouths and ears and stuff. Just the mouth alone, nose alone, stuff like that, just for practice. And then so like little pieces like that. So when somebody's beginning, I recommend small, easier pieces that you can complete, right? Like you don't want to bite off anything too grand when you're starting, you know. So like little practice pieces, little ear, little mouth. I think that's a good way to start. I'm just gonna pinch these ears a little bit so they're a little thinner. It's an eagle right outside my window. Good stuff, dude. Thank you, Jesse. How much experience do I have? Professional? Like 5 years professional, but before that I also did college. And before that also, like, I think some of that, you know, I am counting an internship or two, which counts to me. Thanks so much for the information. Continue watching with love. Greetings from Turkey. Thank you, Mikhail. Sculpt the face, Mike. It's easy to focus on and it's complex. I don't recommend a whole face to start with, personally, because like there's so much that can go wrong with a face. There's so much knowledge you need to have. It doesn't... It's a little stressful for beginners, in my opinion. You know what? How many features are missing from the free version of ZBrush? I couldn't tell you exactly how many. I know it's a lot. But nothing that will stop you from being able to sculpt. Max! Hi Anna, I doubt the technique you used. You intend to rig and animate the puppet later? Separate meshes? Oh, no, so this is just for dynameshing and like blockout purposes. I don't intend to rig this. Hey Hannibal! Hey Sanimation! Mike, Aswanha, Rafael, oi, tudo bem? Bom dia aqui de Toronto. Como que está tudo aí em Toronto? Go ahead and put in the neck. Little neck. Same method as before. I love this method. I don't know how popular this method is actually. Like I never see other artists doing this. I see people append spheres more often than I see this. I find that like if I'm trying to 3D print this later, I'm gonna have to think about how to cut this neck so that it's not at an angle. My friend 3D printed my T-Rex and the neck was at an angle, so now he can't like put it anywhere, you know? So he has to make a new stand for it, maybe? I don't know if he will. But that's something I was thinking about. But for now I'll leave it at an angle. Just because I don't think the neck is the priority today. Frio, bem frio. Hey, Hannibal. Oh, I already said hi to you. But it's okay, I can say hi twice. Motion bug, which is the best way to give wrinkle details in this type of model? VDM or by hand? Oh. I still think wrinkles by hand tend to be a little better. Best ever. I am 21 now, and I just started to learn 3D. Is it too late? Oh, I get that question so much. And let me be absolutely real with you right now, you and me, okay? Why would 21, like let's think logically, okay? Like, why would 21 be too late to begin a new art form? You know what I'm getting at? It's one thing to be 21 and just now starting. I can't think of anything 21 is too old for. Maybe child beauty pageants. Maybe you're just now starting like some sort of contact sport, and you know you haven't had that time to practice or whatever. What happened to my eyeballs? Where are they? Why are they in there? Solos on, that would make sense. Art does not require an age at all, whatsoever. Like, literally, there is no age to art, right? Some of the best pieces we know of were done when the artist was like 75 years old. It doesn't matter. For art, as long as you can hold the tool, you can make the art, right? The only time I think age ever comes into play when it comes to joining the industry. It's not joining the artwork, it's joining the industry. So this is what I've come across, because I've had this conversation like 1,000 times by now. Okay, so some people are a little older, not even 21, 21 doesn't even count, but some people are a little older and they have established careers as doctors, lawyers, whatever, and then they're making the switch to game. Or to be a game artist, to be a sculptor, whatever, right? And they want to do it as a full-time thing. The only time that matters is that if you've become accustomed to a financial lifestyle of like earning so much money because you're a lawyer or whatever, and now you're restarting again in a new industry as an entry level, then you're going to take a hit financially. It's up to you whether or not you want to take that hit, right? That's like the only time I think this would ever matter. And even then, like, you know, it's up to you. It's a personal decision you make. Money is not everything to everybody, right? So that's the only time I've ever seen this conversation actually matter. But even then, it's not because of the age, it's just because of the lifestyle. So 21 is a perfect age to start this, and you're good. You are good. Don't worry about it. Literally, don't worry, please. I'm using the Damien standard, and I like you guys have seen this if you've watched my stream. I like to use it inverted to create eyelids, and I kind of switch back and forth between inverting it and not inverting it. That gives me some little eyelids to work with here. Oh, this song is chaotic. It's like cheerful, but chaotic is. That's all heck, right? I'm not dynameshing yet, so I'm just still trying to kind of get some base forms in here, and I like to do the eyes a little bit early. 21, you have all the time in the world to do what you want. Yes, Alex, for sure. Maybe, I think maybe ballet, but even then, like, I know people that started ballet late, and then it just depends on how lucky you are with your body at that point. Are you using an IMM and moving with sculptures as a workflow? I am using IMMs for the different parts of the body. Then I'm going to dynamesh them together. Hi, I just started ZBrush. Do you have any tips to learn it? I'm using Pixologic Z Classroom for now. So my tip is always to use the Z Classroom. So yeah, keep using the Z Classroom. It's a great way to learn it. Another thing that I would stress is that ZBrush has a lot of features, as you know. And so don't feel like you have to know everything right now. Just like learn the most basic important tools, and then slowly add more to your tools from there. Like don't worry if you don't know the exact best way to make a shape, to do a thing, you know, like don't let that stop you, don't let that worry you too much, okay? I think we're gonna take the neck off for now. Keep it as a separate. Keep it as a separate thing. Why are these all the same? Up to group. I'm gonna fix that by going to polygroups, auto group. Go ahead and split. It's just numbers we make from the hearts. Louise, oi. I'm 16. I just wanted to know what is the best way to learn about anatomy or the shape of objects. Bonin. There are a lot of different ways to learn. Like it's gonna sound silly, but the best way is to study, which is obvious, right? But you know, it can take different shapes for different people. What you can do is you can buy books. You can watch. There's this book out there, and they also have a YouTube channel. They have all this stuff. Look, I have it within reach, and it's destroyed. It's called Anatomy for Sculptors. It is like the best anatomy book I think I've ever had. They have all their stuff on the internet. They're on ArtStation, etc. So they're a really good resource. They really help you understand anatomy way better than if you were to do it just by yourself. Then I would recommend just life drawing, life sculpting, like, you know, practicing from pictures of people. And so, yeah, just practice and study. Make sure that you are, every time you do something, like, say you make a body, right? Before you make the next one, do a little studying, do a little, like, reflecting. What could be better? Where did you go wrong? Like, what are these things called? How do they move? Things like that. Like, do a little thinking behind your piece, then move on to the next one, having learned a little something new. Watch a tutorial, watch a video, a podcast, whatever. Like, Max Ofrendo, I'm 54 and it does not matter. There you go. Muito fera, obrigada. Someone like me, going from being a pharmacist, obviously with a Pfizer, to currently learning how to sculpt with a wife and a baby, it's not funny financially. There you go. See it, the example, it lives. That is like the only time I think it really truly matters, your state of life, I suppose, when making this shift. And then it's up to each person, right? If it's worth it for you, then do it wholeheartedly. Alright, so I'm starting to think about dynameshing. And then we can actually get into the fun parts of sculpting anatomy and stuff like that. I think the blockout is just about ready to go. Got a little nose, got a little mouth. So now I have to decide how to dynamesh this. I'm not sure if I want to keep the entire mouth articulated or just leave that little gap right here. So I'm going to try both ways. I'm going to go quick save first. I like to quick save before I do any operation. That's like dynamesh, ZBrush, you know, decimate, whatever. Like, I like to save. You're very good at sculpting. Oh, thank you. I've never seen someone sculpt that fast and achieve such great results within 38 minutes. Thank you. You're too nice. You're too nice. So let's look at the dynamesh first. Just gonna straight out dynamesh. I always starts with a low number, 32. A little too low for this one. Let's see, 64. That's more like it. Right now I've merged the jaw with the top jaw. I can also go ahead and say groups. That way the groups will stay different. But it does cause some little weirdness here and there. But I think that might be the way I want to go today. Wrong button, wrong button. But this is too high for me, so I'm going to undo it again. Go back to around, maybe like a little over 64. Something like this. I think this is good enough to get started. Alright, so let's look at the snout first. The snout being the most iconic part, in my opinion, of this doggy. So I want to get it right. So I gotta make sure that I'm adding enough space between the eye area and the snout area. I'm gonna create like a nice little divide here. Even if just for myself. You know, I gotta make sure that I know where the limits are here. Make sure that my smoothing is a little lower. Like, the last thing you want is to smooth away all of your work. That's for sure. I'm just gonna kind of sketch in the shape of the nose. I feel like the whole snout needs to be pinched a little bit. Here. Kind of made it a little straight, but we can fix it. Just like make it a little thinner so that it doesn't look so bulky. Pinch, 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 pinch. Move this bottom part here. So I started teaching ZBrush for the first time in college this week. And the students were like, how do you know all the button or the brush shortcuts? Because I do mine the slow way. I do them like by knowing basically almost every shortcut for all the brushes here after all this time with you guys here, where like I just use the default ZBrush everything. So it's a little easier for people to follow along if they want to. And I'm like, I don't know how to explain it. It happens. Esteban, thank you for loving me. I appreciate it. I just found Anatomy for Sculptors on iRStation, and I've been using it for the last couple of days. There's totally enough on there if you can't afford the book. Yeah, for sure. Now, my book is destroyed. Like, literally, like, let me show you guys this. Like, I don't know if you can tell from the side, but there's pages missing. There's like, if you pull them, like, they'll come out. Like, it's so bad. It's all out of order now. I have to, like, every once in a while, like, once a year, I'll sit through this book, and I'll put the pages back in order. It's been through a lot. It's seen some stuff. But I'm very attached to it. And I don't want to kill trees by buying another one, that's for sure. And sometimes, even though I have the book, I'll just Google it too. Like, I'll just go like Anatomy for Sculptors hands or whatever. I need a little more room right here. Let's see how I can get that. Just kind of start blocking out where some of the main little wrinkles go. okay if it's like all the forms aren't perfect yet. Trying to like block out the main one. That will help me visualize. That's one thing I'm always doing, like, I need landmarks to visualize things, otherwise it doesn't work for me. It just comes down to knowing yourself, knowing your styles and your limitations, and then working with it, right? I gotta just fix this entire shape here, which is fine. Bring it down here. Let this side come out a little further. Create that little derpy smile that they always have. Make sure that the snout is thick enough here. Get that. There's no weird peak right here. Nose is a little small. That book is very expensive on Amazon for some reason. Weird. Maybe they stopped. I think they stopped producing it for a while. Maybe that's why. Oh, Hannibal, you'll send me yours, or are you talking to somebody else? Because I don't need one. Oi, Ana, fazendo o meu e acompanhando o seu. Ai, legal, Lucas. Depois você me mostra. Falando em me mostrar as coisas. Eu vou botar meus links pra vocês. Aqui meu link para vocês me seguirem. Hey everybody, if you're enjoying my stream, make sure to join my other stream. I stream on Sunday, every single Sunday at 5 p.m. Central, as Anna Carolina Arts. That's also how you can find me on social media. I just put my link in chat. There's a link in chat. If you click that, it will take you to all my social medias, my Discord server where there's like hundreds of like artists all hanging out, networking, helping each other out. We share tutorials, resources, things like that. There's my Instagram, ArtStation, Twitter, even my TikTok. I have a lot of stuff, so make sure to click that link right there in chats and go to it. I posted it twice, just for reasons. Area up. Make sure to always be rotating around your piece. Very common issue where we don't rotate enough. Like, it's a super common habit. Gotta make sure that that's not the case. Gotta rotate. Make sure that you're looking at it from multiple angles at all times. Sometimes I'll use Linear Standard to block in where I think certain features need to go. Alright, I think I'm ready to start fleshing out, going more into the secondary shapes. You know, just getting it to look nice, hopefully. It means you've been using the book. A lady once told me if she got the opportunity to go back to school, she studied till the books got torn. Are you streaming on Twitch Sunday? Yes, I stream there every Sunday. Fabiana, melhoras, Ana. Admiro muito você e sua arte. Obrigada. Ok. Vamos nessa. Let's go. What should I start with? The eyes, the nose? I think maybe the nose would be a good one to start with. Mine is still a little small. But I'm just kind of trying to get as much detail as I can without going up a subdivision for now. Super important to be able to do that. Helps you keep a cleaner piece overall, especially if you're starting out. Stay in a lower subdivision, trust me. Until you feel like you just cannot get any more out of your piece, then you go up one. Of course, I won't do that today, but for now I am. Using my clay buildup, best brush in my opinion. You just go in here and create a little bit of volume. Will you be using Sculptris Pro today? No, I won't be. I will be using Dynamesh today. So I switch between them as I just like basically on a daily basis. Like one time I'll do Sculptris, one time I'll do Dynamesh. Depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll let you guys pick. Okay. And create a little bit of little hole for the ear here. I'm gonna go ahead and Dynamesh up 124 maybe. Give me a little bit more something to work with. Gonna bring up the entire mouth a little bit closer. Nose there. On your teacher, do you sculpt in VR? No, I don't sculpt in VR. Not very often. I've done it before. I used to do a lot more different things back in the day, but not so much anymore. taking screenshots of a whip to ask for advice. Is it better to use perspective or orthographic view? Good question. I normally do a little bit of perspective myself. In my opinion, my opinion on perspective has always been that it matters a lot when following pictures that have perspective, like as your reference, and depending on your final results. So if you know your thing is going to be in a movie or a game, it helps to know exactly what the perspective and the cameras are, because then you can see it as it will look in the final, like exactly how it will look in the final. One time I didn't do that, and it looked really crazy in VR. So yeah, definitely know your final. I think the eyes are a little big. Also kind of in the wrong place. What do you mean by positivity? So a lot of what we do here is we talk about the industry, how to deal with it. You know, this journey of even just sculpting, but also like trying to break into whatever industry you're trying to break into, movies, games, can be extremely negative. You know, like we keep comparing ourselves to other people. We're always doubting ourselves, you know, maybe working too much and putting our health in jeopardy, things like that. And so the goal is to provide a little bit of support for those that need it. I'm going to turn my ambient standard intensity way down to block in some features here, making it like nice and pointy and like really low intensity helps a lot with blocking in shapes. Puppy looks a little worried. We'll get there. What's my usual output when doing sculpts? Like my final product? Normally just renders or portfolio pieces, or depending on what I'm working for, it'll go into an experience. Do you still work freelance while teaching? How are you able to balance the workload? Comics Legend. Actually, yeah, I've only been doing freelance lately. And I How do I balance the workload? I am still not in the groove of the perfect balance of my workload, that's for sure. It's a little touchy here and there. I'm just making sure that I'm not taking projects that are too big for me to handle. I think that's part of the key. To know how much time I have and then go from there. I'm architect in the sector is very negative as well. Don't feel lonely. Every artist has at least a little bit of imposter syndrome. Yeah. I thought artists were just walking wall of imposter syndrome. I saw you scaled those eyes earlier, but we're able to scale both at the same time. The reason I can do that is because they're both in the same subtool. So if I have symmetry on, I can scale them both at the same time. I'm trying to add a little detail, add a little something something without going too crazy, without making it messy, right? Like, if you guys know me, you know that I like to keep my sculpts clean as long as possible, right? I like to go overboard. It's kind of got a little bit less wrinkles. I'm gonna kind of join these two parts here with the clay buildup. Marry them a little bit. I know I have a lot of imposter syndrome, or like it's not as bad as it used to be. Been working on that, so, you know, gotta believe in that. There are many ways to try to improve it. But I find that, like, every time there's a change, maybe like you get a promotion or something, you might find that you have imposter syndrome again. Then you just kind of keep working on it, you know. And sometimes, like, you know, sometimes it's just inner work, as in, like, you know, learning to believe in yourself, getting out of your own head. Sometimes, you know, all it takes is actually finding why you feel that way and then trying to fix it. So, example would be, for a while I felt like a huge imposter syndrome because I didn't know a lot about coding, right? Like, I just felt like a horrible fraud. So I struggled with that for a while, and then I was like, you know what? Heck, there's only one way to feel like I belong. If I feel like coding's the problem, then I should just learn some coding. And then, you know, eventually I stopped feeling bad about that. Like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, whatever, I can hold my own weights. I can do the coding, everything's fine, right? Not like perfect at it or anything. I'm no programmer, no engineer, not even close, but I can pull it off, and I can teach it. Looks like a little monster, a piggy. Which artist do you know personally? Most of the people I know are artists, so it's a little hard to answer that question. I know a lot of artists personally. Mostly because of my social media presence and then going to events. I've gotten to meet a lot of really amazing, beautiful, amazing, talented artists. Some of which I was like a fan of. I've gotten to meet a lot of people. How familiar would I have to be with a certain game engine if I were to be a 3D artist in games? Is it just to have a general knowledge, or do I have to know most everything? I don't think anybody knows most or everything of an engine, because like something like Unreal, like there's too much there to know. So I would just say that like if you want to be a 3D artist, that's your goal, then you just have to know how to import your models, how to set up materials, stuff like that, like really basic stuff. Maybe like how to do a little lighting so that you can really sell it, you know? Mas Diner, eu não consegui pegar uma live. Lucas, infelizmente tenho o costume de comparar meus projetos com outros artistas. Isso é bem depreciativo, nossa. É duro, né? Mas assim, a gente tem que lembrar que não adianta se comparar com uma pessoa que tem mais experiência que a gente, uma história diferente que a gente. Tipo assim, no início da minha carreira, eu me comparava, assim, galera, começando com 3 meses no ZBrush, tá? Com, sei lá, 19 anos, uma coisa assim, me comparando com a galera da Sony, Santa Mônica, com a galera que dá aula há 20 anos de escultura. Eu me comparando com essa galera, tipo assim, eu nunca vou ser uma artista que nem eles. E tipo, cara, é completamente fora do normal, né? Você não pode pensar assim porque você não é tão avançado quanto eles. E só comparando, só vai piorar a situação, porque aí você começa a ficar meio duro, preso. Eu, pelo menos, isso acontece comigo. Então, é melhor nem olhar. Eu não tenho nenhuma dica pra parar de se comparar, mas assim, pra mim, eu simplesmente paro de olhar nas redes sociais por um tempo. Porque não tem como me comparar sem ver. He does look a little sad. If I like soften this up here. Feel a little bit sad. Let's go ahead and gonna divide up these eyes and add a little toy plastic to them, give them a little life, you know. As usual. Oh, I found the toy plastic easy today. Wow. Ups, eu tô aqui com umas pressionando errado. Ou até que não. Animal demais esse dog, literalmente animal. Só você, rainha da modelagem. Are you going to do the hair? No, I'm not going to do the hair. Just a little sculpt. Tô testando. Tadinho, feio demais. Gonna round out the eye here. Aprofundando aqui a marquinha da boca nos cantos, só pra garantir. Tá aqui as orelhas e a parte de trás um pouquinho melhor. Eventualmente, o pescoço vai também juntar. Sorry, I'm switching between languages today. Just trying to like create a little bit more fluid shapes back here. I want to make him look less worried, more happy, so let's try to do that. All in the gaze and in the little mouth, so a little more open mouth. A little bit more smile. If I were to like raise the smile a little bit, get it to look a little cuter. But it's really just in the eyes. The eyes got a little worry to them. Not yet. We'll keep going. Eventually we'll get there. Soulpure. Do you ever have a hard time identifying if you're pushing yourself too hard or being too lazy? Yeah, I do have a hard time identifying that. I think I'm almost always pushing myself too hard. I have really unrealistic expectations. And so when I don't achieve them, which I often don't because they're really high, I will beat myself up over it. And the only real way to fix that, in my opinion, that I found so far is to just kind of try to get a grip. Like realize that, you know, like you don't need 25 huge things in your to-do list every day in order to feel like you succeed. There are some books out there that will say, you know, you should try to do like 3 main things a day, and then like everything else is a bonus or whatever. Trying to decide how to do the wrinkles. Hard to tell what the heck. You can't find me on Instagram? Let me get you the link. I just posted my Linktree link. If you click that link, it'll take you to all my social media. Oi, Ana, boa noite. Boa tarde. Você viu o BlizzCon ontem? Não. Mas eu vi o que saiu. Um pouquinho. I want to work for Disney in the future. Is it too hard? And can you please give me some important tips? So Disney is highly competitive, right? A lot of people want to work there. They have very, very high standards. Is it hard? You're just going to have to work hard. It's not impossible. So, yeah, there's that. It's not impossible. You just need to work really hard, and you need to start understanding what Disney is looking for in their workers, right? What do they want out of your portfolio? What do they want out of those people? So you gotta go and do the research. There are a lot of Disney artists on YouTube and everywhere else, kind of like giving advice, showing off their work, showing off their portfolios. So there are plenty of resources for you to get started. But yes, it is very competitive, so you're going to have to stand out. You're going to have to work hard. There's a lot of ways to stand out, but hard work is irreplaceable. And like on top of it all, you have to make sure that you're making work that would attract Disney, right? So you can't be making like some sort of like Call of Duty models or anything. Like you gotta make sure you're doing the Disney style. This is the forehead for more. Fly, Rihanna, algumas semanas atrás comecei a estudar fotografia, uma perspectiva totalmente diferente de enxergar as coisas. Estou amando muito. Até esqueci de 3D por um tempo. Legal, Fly. Who's the best software for only rigging? Maya? Maybe? You've always been good at art. I don't think anybody alive has always been good at art. You know, there was a time when I was a baby and I was like drawing, but you know, like maybe good for my age. Like I honestly like I go through so many different phases that I'm not even sure I'm good now, you know? Go ahead and add a little tongue in. It'll be satisfying. This time I'm going to append it differently. Here. Kinda cute, kinda cute. Then let's go in here. I'm gonna insert little teeth. Ah, Luiz, você gosta mais de cachorros que gatos pra cuidar em casa, Ana? Só curiosidade. Eu tenho um gato e eu prefiro cuidar dos gatos. Mais fácil. Eles se cuidam, na verdade, a gente só dá comida e água e carinho. How can I improve making some good shape in digital sculpt? What do we have to follow? I'm a beginner in ZBrush. Well, a tip for one of my tips would be to keep it clean all along. Don't like go crazy and messy all over the place all the time. All right, like just try to keep your shapes clean as much as possible. Then, then try to really see your shapes. Like maybe break them down in Photoshop if you have to. I've lost one of my bumps at some point. Somewhere along the way, a bump was lost. Kind of funny. I took all this time to make like 2 wrinkles, and now I only have 1 left. I don't remember at what point this changed. What's with the weird mouse glitch, or is it just us that sees it? It's just you guys that see it. Just you guys. It's your imagination. Imposter syndrome goes for all professional fields in tech. You can't be very comfortable in any tech field. I just fixed the rigging issue I had, now I can sculpt along. I'll try out a wish. 3D's best career option for our future, and how? Oh man, that is a difficult question to answer. I don't think any career is the best option for your future. Maybe if you go into finance. Well, but seriously though, I can't tell you 3D is the best option for your future. I can't say that. I can't say any career is the best for your future. You gotta choose that for yourself. Você viu principalmente com mouse? Ou eu deveria adquirir uma mesa digitalizadora? Uma mesa digitalizadora, com certeza. Certeza. Eric's the worried brow again. Gosh. Maybe I just need to embrace the worry face. Love those luminous wrinkles. Feel inspired to sculpt something like this. Awesome, Anna. Do it. Embrace the inspiration. I know I read a little comic yesterday just talking about how like when we get older, we need to start getting in the habit again. A lot of us do anyway, of embracing our inspiration as it comes instead of like putting it off. Você é brasileira? Sou. Ah. Little nose. Oh, tiny. Have you guys ever tried sculpting without using the smooth brush? It's fun. It's like sad but fun, you know what I mean? I need to add that second wrinkle back in. The one that I somehow absorbed at some point. Let's try it. There. Okay, this is going okay so far. Nothing too bad has happened yet. Adding in back in the wrinkle. No big deal. Biggie. I'm trying to keep myself calm, guys. Looks a little bit better. Trim dynamic this little nose a little bit to make it nice and flat. Ooh, this is too much. Starting to look like a bulldog. Vitor, obrigada. Que bom que você gostou. Tá gostando. Alex, I should do some research on the facial anatomy of bulldogs. Is it mostly skin or muscle? There's a little bit of both. A little bit of both. And turn up my dimming standard a little bit. And get these ends of the eye in. Some tear duct going now. Maybe a little soon, but we do need a second fold of the eyelid. Please sketch it in. I need to do something very important. I need to paint the tongue pink. Right now. It's emergency. There we go. Let's do a color fill object. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. I'm gonna paint the little teeth whites. Be a little yellow. Adding more details little by little to make it more organic. How much time do I have left? Plenty of time. We're like halfway. We have so much time. Area here needs free. It's too soon for this. Rework this little area here. Try to understand it a little better. First I'm gonna kind of flatten it out. Sometimes when I'm having trouble with a shape, I'll just like simplify it and start over. Trying to understand it a little better this time. Keep it a little simple, no big. Then let's see. Wrinkle would come down here this way. So bright. Probably need to find some more forehead pictures that work a little better. Right now I'm just keeping these straight. I can fix that later. And don't forget you can actually pinch between lines to make the gap between them a little smaller. Makes it a little inorganic right now, but it does help. Kurzexi, hi, welcome, thank you. Any good website recommendation for animal anatomy? No, I don't have a good one. I do have like, I have a certain few things that I like 3D Total has some crochets that I want to buy really bad. They're like $200, but they're kind of like this guy right here, the like 3D printed body of animals. Tô modelando um personagem e tô na dificuldade em colocar pele realista. Tem que ter os diffuse map e essas coisas? Depende, se for pra games e filme, sim. Zumba, chegamos na Sculpt. Obrigada, Zumba. É muito verdade o que você disse agora há pouco. Passei bastante tempo fazendo estilizado de um jeito mais pop, mas agora estou fazendo um projeto pessoal Dark Fantasy que eu sempre amei, na verdade. Que bom que você tá fazendo assim. Que bom. Zumba, Ana, relaxa hoje, sei que é somente inglês, pode só ler e responder mentalmente. Tô aqui pra dar aquela prestigiada, tento aprender, mas só por falar, tô falando, passando animal também, leão. Pela dificuldade que vejo fazer animais, você tá de parabéns, obrigada. Did she also use the gravity and perspective deformers for the sagging jowls? No, I did not. I just made them with the move and the move topological. Hi, I'm Siva from India. Hi, Siva. Who here prefers to use flattened polish brush with smooth? I don't. Vegeta, hello. Alguns segundos olhando pra esse modelo tão animador, parece tão simples, só que não. What is the benchmark software you're using? This is ZBrush. Is that what you're asking? This is ZBrush. It is the industry standard software for 3D sculpting. Oh yeah, I forget this one. The one I like the most. Look at that big smile. I think that's the trick. For the smile to look good, I need this wrinkle right here to go all the way around the mouth. Can I pull that off? Just see right here? But the one I've been using for my wrinkle, it hasn't been smiling, so that's the problem. Do I do it? Let's try it. I'm trying to use the parts that I already have here. Create that smile. That didn't actually make too much of a difference. Yeah, that looks more smiley, right? Stacy, what's going on here? I'm not gonna sing that song, but it's definitely stuck in my head. Flying Ping, thank you so much. I'm glad you think it's cute. And whatever happened to Rita Riggs? Well, right now she's in Houston where it's very cold, so she's cold now. But otherwise, she's doing good. She's happy, I think. She made some career moves. I have to go, but I had a wonderful time sculpting along. Is there somewhere in Discord I can share? Yes, thanks for asking. I'm going to post a link in chat. That's a link tree right there. It will take you to my Discord. Alright, you can post your work on my Discord. That goes for everybody here. I have a Discord where you can share your artwork and you can make friends and network and stuff. So feel free to join. But Spacey, you were sculpting? That makes sense. Or not streaming. Because you do it on Saturdays. Yay! Cats? What were you guys doing on your stream? So nice. When COVID is over, you need to come visit me here in Florida. There's so much to do. There are hike trails. There are beaches right down the streets. It's so pretty. The school is amazing. Oh, you would love the school. Probably. I don't know. It's very artsy. Huge. There's like a weird bump right there that I just cannot seem to smooth. I'm gonna leave that there for now. You made some cute mushroom people? How's your new business going where you make little, like icons? When doing remesh, do you use Dynamesh with projection? And what is a good resolution for ZBrush? I just kind of play around with the resolution for ZBrush based on my needs. If it's a small sculpt, I'm going to push it to lower poly count than if it's a big sculpt. Let's see what else. Yeah, so I'll make it with Dynamesh. I'll duplicate it. I will ZBrush the copy, and then I'll project the details from the Dynameshed one to the new ZBrush copy. Você vai texturizar? Não, só pintar. You only need sparkles to sell me on it, but everything else sounds great too. It's bedtime. Inglês muito bom, mas o Pereira entregou. Pereira. Pereira entregou. Quem é Pereira? Not a business, but I've been making stuff for a Redbubble store. Sandeep, in which studio do you work? Right now I don't work at a studio. I work at a college. I work at a college, and I teach students. And I do freelance in a dance instance, I used to work at a studio until very recently. I stopped in June in that last year or so. June, July. Best thing I ever did. So right now the struggle is like I may not seem like I'm making a lot of progress, but I'm trying to change the personality of the sculpt a little bit. I'm trying to make it look more joyful, less worried, like it was before. Let's go to the before. I'm gonna save. Simpática, obrigada. Best ever. Have a good night. I'm kind of just tightening up the anatomy here. I was trying to brainstorm, right? What is it, artistically speaking, that brings me joy? What do I like to do? Keep bogging myself down with projects that maybe I'm not in love with, you know? But I do love making some dogs. I'm gonna make some dogs. That's my 2021 goal. And then I'm gonna 3D print them when my 3D printer arrives, if ever. I don't know if you guys can hear my stomach grumbling. Why are you not joining a studio to work on some great movie projects? You must be working at Pereira Digital. Well, first of all, I'm flattered. It's, you know what, at one point it used to be my dream to work for these big prestigious studios, but it is no longer that way. I think I've just changed, you know? I don't want to do that. I want to find alternative sources of income that make me happy, that let me have time to do what I like, and that I can, you know, get paid well doing it. That became my new career goals. This whole area right here needs. Oh, I gave him Pikachu, and I like it. This whole area here needs to be reworked. Yeah, not like that. Do you ever just be like, hey, I need to fix this? Not like that! Storytelling importante, tá ficando bom, obrigada. I discovered my artistic joy is making simple, cute things. Yes, Spacey. Okay, real fast, let me take a quick detour. We all need a little detour sometimes, okay? Let me take a quick detour and introduce you guys to my latest obsession. It reminds me of what Spacey likes to do. Spacey likes simple, cute things. My new obsession is a simple, cute thing. And let me open up my Pinterest, actually. I already have some saved here. And I wanted to inspire you. I wanted to inspire you. That's all I want. I can't show my Pinterest in its entirety because it's covered in nudity. So I will just open up the correct board and show it to you guys. Okay, you ready? Sea slugs. Sea slugs. Sea slugs. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, do you need anything else? Look at that. Cute. Small. Looks like sushi. It is so cute, isn't it, guys? We should make some sea slugs as our next challenge on my channel tomorrow. Look at this. Wait. Look at these. Tell me there's nothing so cute like this. What is cuter than this? I'll wait. This one's like, you know, fancy, like a work of art that rich people would hang up. Look at these. Alright. Small, cute. I have a whole board for aquatic animals. Look at this one. This one's kind of like Dragon Ball Z style sea slug. Then I found these shells. Didn't find them, just on Pinterest, which are also cute, small and cute. Double cute. But yeah. Maybe one day I'll let you guys follow me on Pinterest. Anyway, slugs. Hi Alex, how are you? Do you own a dog? Perhaps the one in the reference. No, I don't own a dog, but I will soon. I need to move to a house first with more room, and then I will get myself a dog, or 2 or 3. Alex, hi. Gotta do what makes you happy when you are an artist, or you will hate the work. Tom, yes, you are 100% correct. You gotta do what we like. You know, we already do stuff that we don't necessarily like as a career, like at your job or freelance. So you gotta do what you like when you're doing your personal projects. Sandeep, okay, stay blessed forever, stay happy, and can you tell me where from you get all the brushes or alpha? So I use the brushes that come with ZBrush for free. Well, it's not for free. You buy ZBrush and then you get the brushes. But I do have some extra brushes that I like. Pablander's clay brushes. And I like, I also buy alphas from Texture XYZ. Texture XYZ, they have scanned alphas for like skin and things like that, which is super useful. Oh, for extreme details, okay, Texture XYZ. Make sure to check that out. And how can I avoid unwanted fusion between butts when I use Dynamesh? When you go to Dynamesh, right here where it says blur, turn that down to 0 and it will probably not merge the butt cheeks. Stacey, I'm glad you like my sea slugs. We should make sea slugs together. I'll 3D print them and then we can paint them. That sounds like such a fun day. I never thought slugs could be aesthetic. Right? Sea slugs specifically. They live in the sea. Someone needs to make a game with those. So like everybody come to my stream tomorrow where we'll dedicate the stream to sea slugs and then we can make a sea slug game together. Can I pull all that off in one night? We'll find out. Cutest for ladies, meanest for men. Well, that's kind of weird. Why would mean be for men? I'm very mean, and I'm a lady. Not to you guys. because you don't deserve it, most of you. Well, I never thought slugs could be aesthetic. I already read that one. I get so confused by Subdivide, Dynamesh, and ZRemesher. In what order do you use them? Do you use them together, or just choose one and stick with it? I use them together, Kelly, and everybody's going to do it different. The point, I think the most helpful thing you can do is understand why use each one. So let's start with Subdivide. Okay. All Subdivision is it cuts every polygon into 4, basically, and allows you to go up and down so that, for example, you can subdivide it 3 times, do details, go back, and do like big changes on the lower subdivision. Dynamesh will completely resurface the model with new quads, like the polygons that are square, and it will merge parts together if you so wish it to. Whereas ZRemesh will resurface the model as well with quads, but it will let you control a little bit more of like how many quads you want. If you want edge loops in place, you can assign that and it will do it for you. So what I do personally is I create the basic shapes with Dynamesh, and when I'm ready, I will duplicate the piece, and then ZRemesh the new one, and that will create a cleaner topology. Then I'll project the details, this button right here, project all. I'll project the details from the Dynamesh one to the new ZRemeshed one, and now I have more flexibility in my workflow. I can go up to a high subdivision to add details. I can go back down. It's really nice to have that ability to subdivide. Everybody does it different, right? Some people don't Dynamesh at all. Some people use sculpture. Some people, you know, it's all over the place. The cutest thing in life caused the most pain. Anna, how will your big cat feel about the dog? Hopefully he'll feel okay. I would not get a dog that Sparkles can't get along with. But Sparkles can get along with dogs as long as the dog doesn't try to kill him. That's the bar. Very low, I know. Recently we had some dogs over, 3 dogs. Sparkles got along with 2 dogs, but there was 1 dog that kept trying to bite Sparkles, so they're not going to get along. How often do you make a base mesh in another modeling software and add it to ZBrush? Almost never, except if I'm doing like a purse or something like that I don't want to do in ZBrush. Like if it's not my body, I'll do it somewhere else first. Shall I go back to sculpting? Get myself a nice little break. God, I'm so hungry. As usual, right? I always do these streams and then I'm starving myself halfway through them. Because they just happen to be, like, I wake up just in time, right? And then I don't take breakfast, because also I never eat breakfast. Unless I'm at a hotel. Go ahead. Masking in a straight line is the hardest part of ZBrush for me. I say that line every time. I'm trying to create a little bit more crease between these. The way to do it is to mask it, in my opinion, and just kind of use the move brush to create a little bit more volume. Think about the hierarchy of wrinkles too, like which one should go under which other one, and then do that. Ain't too crazy, make sure to smooth. If there's like some irregularities, like come to faces, it's okay, we can just use a move brush after. Smooth, smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and heighten this wrinkle right here. Make it more dramatic. It might not work for this, but I think once I unmask it and give it a good old smooth, it's going to pull it all together. Smoothing. Let's see, I missed so many chats. I followed you on Instagram about a year ago and love those alien dogs. The 616 post? Alien dogs. Are you sure you're talking about me? Maybe you're confused. How often do you make a base mesh? I already read that. I mean, it's not good, but it fits better in the world. Possible to use the Julia model and turn it to a woman style without using nanomesh? Julia model is already a woman. I don't understand the question. Stacey, I never make anything in ZBrush without importing a base mesh. What method do you use for making advanced poses in human models? I always just rig it and then pose it in Maya. That's my secret. And then bring it back to ZBrush if I want to edit some stuff. How long have you been using ZBrush for? Like 6 years? All brushes are paid there. Can you share your library, please? No. I can't share my library. It's I'm pretty sure it's against the contract that I signed when I bought them, but I'm sorry. Why most of your models are aliens? Have you ever done one of them? Are both of my models aliens? I have some aliens, but not a lot. Ridiculous face. Did a nice little nose wrinkle bump. So cute. Trying to round out these wrinkles with the clay buildup, just little by little, filling them in. Trying to not create anything too crazy bumpy. This is that area that has that like difficulty to it, because there's like a weird bump that just shows up really easy. So I just a flaw in the geometry. Kind of slowly building up those forms. Your stream just scared me through my tax return, so thanks for that, Hansel. For that is so funny, and also I'm very glad for you. So thank you for letting me know. That's kind of funny. If you were about to apply for work, do we have to create a website and put our works and information there, or is it best to just direct your clients or the company you would want to work for with your social medias? So I'm very new at reality stuff. Okay, so there are many ways to do this. You can have your own websites. I recommend having an art station for your portfolio and only putting your best portfolio works on your art station. Don't send your new employer your Instagram. That doesn't sound right. Don't use your Instagram as an art station portfolio, like as portfolio in general. So just send them your art station, your cover letter, your resume, stuff like that. Hello, Sana. I was just mentioning to a friend that I want to learn ZBrush. I logged in today and you were suggested stream. How awesome! Nice! So, what made you want to learn ZBrush? That bump is driving me crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and save before I lose it all. Oh, that's a good idea, right? Is there a good way to remove bad geometry without distorting details? I would probably try to have good geometry before you start detailing. So I would change the order of things. Like I would fix the geometry, then detail. But I'm sure there is ways. But it's just like once you're using subdivisions and things like that, you can't really change your geometry anymore. Oh, thank you so much for your insights. I love the subtlety, Anna. Works great. Thank you. That bump. So right now I'm not subdividing it, so I can easily just dynamesh it and hopefully get rid of this bump. Yoda, hello. Hansel Poria, first year actually owed, which sucks, but sculpting now, it's all good. How can I do a live stream just like you on ZBrush? So you can, you gotta make accounts in the streaming platforms you wanna be in. Then you can download streaming software. Most people use OBS, like the letter O, the letter B, the letter S, or some style of OBS. Or do you mean on this channel? Do you mean you want to stream ZBrush generally, or do you want to stream ZBrush on this channel in particular? As I'm like explaining how to install OBS or whatever, I'm like, oh, maybe they mean they want to do it on this channel, which is a fair question. On Pixologic ZBrush. Okay, so the way this works is every once in a while, the Pixologic guys will announce that they are looking for new streamers. Okay, so try to get that there when they are. There I am, looking at myself, fixing my hair. So let's see. Normally, if they're looking for new streamers, they'll put it down here. Look here. We are currently taking applications to stream ZBrush on our channel. So then there's a little button here called Apply Now. You can click that. And it will ask you to fill out this and then send it in. Just follow the instructions. Literally, that's all it takes. Or you gotta just know somebody there and just send them an email. But, you know, right now they're looking. So, good job. You can just go take a look. Right on the Twitch channel. They will ask you a bunch of questions. If they think you'd be a good fit, they'll ask you for an interview kind of thing. Starting to come together, guys. Like, I feel like I fixed the expression, and now it's just, you know, a matter of refining, and so forth. Barats, hello. The glint in the eye of this angle is perfect. The video tutorial you made for Pixologic was great, but I don't really get what you did at the end with the masking. I think that was just mask by cavity. It's this button right here, you should try it. Mask by cavity, it just masks everything that's like indented. Mike Vila, I want to keep learning and developing my skills, maybe enroll back into art school. That's cool, Mike Vila. Keep doing it. Do you recommend a screen tablet for 3D or a normal tablet? I recommend whatever feels good to you. I prefer the normal without screen tablets. Can you send me mail and will I pay for it? Well, you can send me mail, but I don't have an address. Yeah, you can't send me mail. You can send me an email or a DM on Instagram. That's probably the best way to get a hold of me. And the reason is that, you know, just you know. And Anna Carolina Legmog, welcome! Hello, stranger, I have a very important question for you, one which you have probably never been asked before, and it will require much intellectual vigor to answer, and that is... What tablet are you using? That's funny. It's such a throwback. Back to when things were such simple times back then. Legmug, how are you doing? Let's look. Have you beta tested for 2021.6? No, just for the 2021 I beta tested. I wouldn't mind hearing some background music more. What genre of music is your favorite to focus with? I'm just listening right now to basic music from Pretzel Rocks. I thought you guys could hear it, but I guess you can't. Can you hear that? Screen tablets crush your back. That's true. Well, day for it. You don't have to send it via mail. You can send it via email. What are your favorite and recommended Z plugins? I don't use any Z plugins right now. Do you use any, Misha? Tá muito bom, né? Esse detalhe da língua da personalidade. Obrigada. Well, I actually have to dash now, but what a grand little ray of sunshine it was to catch you. I'm sending you Legmog positivity beams, which are the best kind of beams. I'm leaving voice you for the beans. Take care. Bye, Legmog. Thanks for stopping by. No, I can be like, yeah, it does, but it doesn't sound quite like Spanish. Riz1monthmation, hello, welcome. You have a sketchbook where you just draw concepts or sketching just for fun? Yes. I have a lot of them, actually. Wait, right here. It's fatties, and I have one that's arriving tomorrow, a new one. Some of this is just notes, but like a lot of it is just drawings. I'm trying to get back into drawing more. Now that I have a little more time on my hands, I can start a little bit more drawing. I've been sketching out my D&D character a lot because I'm trying to figure out her outfit for the next few games. I'm going to show you guys drawings. So, do lots of little drawings, stuff like this, little ones. This is my D&D character. Trying to figure out her outfit a little bit better. More likeness drawings. Unfinished. That was supposed to be the Daenerys Targaryen. Oop, that one. And this was supposed to be Cersei Lannister. Anyway, I'm trying to get back into it. I stopped for a while, and like honestly, I need the practice. Wait for the program to respond. I work in advertising right now, so mostly video editing and basic 2D animation. Can you believe the studio has 3 Cintiqs just sitting in a closet from that one 3D job they bought freelancers from? Yeah, of course, I can believe that. Every place I've ever worked has had random machinery in the closet. I can draw Fred Flintstone. Nice. Davi, boa tarde. Cersei looks spot on, thank you. I love your style, both 2D and 3D. I see Yolandi Visser. Yes, I did have Yolandi. Hey, it's Pixologic. Hello. So this was my fault. So I clicked on ZBrush as was auto-saving, and sometimes that kind of freezes it a little bit, so you gotta kind of wait. I'll drink some coffee while I'm waiting. I guess meanwhile I can give you guys more of a tour of my sketchbook. Make myself a little bigger while we wait. Do 3D anime. Oh look, I theoretically, like if you put a gun to my head, I could pull off an animation or two. But do I animate? The answer is I wish I didn't have to. This was when I was trying to figure out my D&D character's look for the first time. She ended up not looking like that at all. Little lion. So this is kind of what I'm trying to get back into. Like I want to do like one of these little sketches every day. Every day. Like a half an hour. Like I don't need more than that, you know, like dude from Big Beasts. Because I feel like the observation is slipping away from me a little bit. You know, like if you don't practice certain art fundamentals, you might lose them, I think, anyway. So I have to practice more. And like, you know, being the way I am, I'm always trying to balance a little bit of fine arts and a little bit of technical arts, and it can get a little difficult. You know, technical arts requires a lot of you. If you have to stop practicing arts so that you can learn coding or things like that, then you kind of like, it's really hard to balance both and still have a happy life. That's for sure. Are you gonna create your D&D character in ZBrush and print it? Actually, no. Yes, I already did. Let me show you. Since I'm like doing you guys a tour anyway, while I wait for ZBrush to come back. So, in my poly counts. So basically, I created my D&D character. I can't even see it because my fat face is in the way. Let me make it smaller. That was her. She's a Furbolg. And basically the project here was I wanted to make her mocap ready for Unreal. Create a little system to animate her. So like I had some animations going, some dynamic wrinkles going for this one. Then you can see the dynamic wrinkles updating in the normal map. Riz One Nation. I interned at NASA. Me too. I actually did an internship at NASA back in college days. It was what made me who I am. This is her back here, like when I was sculpting her. Hi, Kitoto? Is that how you say that? Ayush, hello, welcome. Get your day keeps the doctor away. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna quit, close ZBrush and then open it back up. Hopefully I don't lose a lot, but quick save is on, so it's not a big deal. Falando em Unreal, você tem uma RTX 300 e todos para roda nova featured character? Já testou? Eu não tenho uma RTX 3000, infelizmente. Mas eu não testei ainda. There is chat. I don't think we lost much. If anything, we did lose a little bit. But you know what? It's okay. Not a big deal. It's part of the beauty of talking so much to chat, is that I get so little done in between each burst that if I lose a little work, it doesn't even make that much of a difference. More upset about having to set up my brushes again. You're a very good sketch artist. Thank you. I appreciate that. It makes me feel happy because I'm out of practice. How'd you get it mocap ready? Basically, I used the app called FaceCap on the phone, so like that's how I captured it. And what you need is 51 blend shapes for like each facial movement that your face does. Like, you know Russian? No. Oh, old am I? I don't disclose that information. "34? Characters like you, do you mean doing blend shapes and such? Yes. Are you Mac or PC? PC. Segunda de Barra Magno, se não tiver uma RTX 3000 pra cima, nem abre direito. What do you think about... I don't know. Currently studying multimedia arts, and we learn all the basics of the mediums. IG, the only downside of it is that some of us are still confused and not finding what we really want to do. At least you get to practice, make a educated choice when the time is right? If you are enjoying my stream, make sure to follow me on social media and come to my stream tomorrow where we're going to be doing some cool challenges, and you can join us. I just posted a link in chat for my link tree. Click that link and it will take you to all my social media, my schedule, my everything, alright? Make sure to join, click that link, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, ArtStation, TikTok, wherever you want to follow me on. Have you seen Christopher Hart? No, I have not. Maybe I've seen his art if he's an artist? Also, I'm very, very bad with names. Like, as far as I know, like, I could be following him on Instagram and I would not be sure who he is. Same thing I did before, kind of pushing in right here. Lately, I've kind of been watching Criminal Minds while I work, and it's actually been very helpful. Apparently, seeing people solve crimes and be really dramatic about it helps me be productive in ZBrush. He teaches drawing. Alex, I get bored pretty easily, so to balance out I have to code. After I'm done coding, I get to be a better artist. Cool, Alex! That's really, it's a good set of skills to have together. Your expressions are super awesome. Keep them hidden, or Disney artists are going to steal a few from here. I don't know, I just make really weird faces when I'm looking at my artwork. Like, when I speed up my streams, I'm like... Do you play games? What's your favorite? Yes, I play games. Not a lot, but I do. Right now, the one I'm enjoying the most is Sea of Thieves. It's really fun to do with friends since we can't see each other. But also my favorite game of all time is The Witcher 3. Are you on Facebook? Technically, yes, but I don't post or anything like that there. How to close the white window at the top left? I believe you have to go to Preferences. That's the wrong one. thumbnail. So you go to preferences, thumbnail, and you just turn it off right there. Preferences, thumbnail. You got already 2,000 shows. Yes, I just started Supernatural. No, I feel like I would love Supernatural, and I've watched some of it, but I just can't get into it. Cody, since when did you learn ZBrush though? 6 years ago. By the way, thank you for answering or reading my comments. You're so sweet, and now I stan you. Ah, I'm stand. Macavilla, thank you. I just joined your Discord and followed on Instagram. I'm going to lurk along. I have some art I need to finish. Thank you again for streaming on. No problem, Macavilla. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, TikTok is banned in India? Oh, well, I still post my TikTok videos on Instagram, so you can see them there. You know, they're not... You'll see. You'll see them when you get there. You'll see what it's all about. I made some TikTok videos that got popular, really popular, but I don't use TikTok very much anymore. I just found it difficult to keep up with right now. I don't know what to do with it, let's say. Taking a break, trying to figure out who I am. But basically what I did was I made some scary monsters. Some of them were scary, some of them not so much. And then I filmed myself making them, and then I made a TikTok out of that, telling a little tiny 15-second story about the scary monster. And I swear, some children in TikTok lost their shit over it, and so it became a little popular. Nothing too crazy, but certainly enough to make it, you know, a little bit of a dent. But then I promptly gave up. For now. I'm not sure about that wrinkle. I don't know if I like the lore around it. I'm hoping the cheesiness kind of levels out, but it definitely scratches that Witcher Monster Hunter itch. Oh wait, I missed some of the first part of that, probably. Supernatural. Okay, you're talking about Supernatural. Okay, got it. I'm on Facebook. Yeah, on his best sculpt. What? Super sculptor, supermodel at the same time. I'm gonna screenshot this for my own use later. But thank you, that is way too kind of you. Sometimes I feel like you guys just are too creative with your compliments, that's for sure. You're awesome, no need to explain yourself. Tô desenvolvendo um jogo e tenho nenhuma habilidade para modelar, usando os projetos para converter imagem em 2D em 3D, mas os detalhes ficam bem ruins. Todo mundo tem que começar em algum lugar, né? Mas aí que você encontra um partner, uma pessoa para fazer esses modelos com você, e você faz o jogo. You're not on TikTok or Instagram. Well, I have Twitter and other stuff. I'm also sculpting English Bulldog. Hello, I'm Sati Ajit from India, attending your session first time. Awesome! Do you want to show me your Bulldog? You can show it to me on my Discord. If you want to. Let me post my Discord link here so that you can join if you want to. By the way, that goes for everybody here. If you want to show me your work, feel free to join my Discord. It's the best place you can show off your work. People from my community will see it as well. We'll have a good time there. Give me a second. Need to teach you some grooming stuff. Oh, not today, Sandeep. Also, I only ever do grooming, as in like hair cards, and that's a whole process, which If I ever can make tutorials without, you know, literally having a breakdown, I will make a tutorial. I'm sorry, look at the thumbnail closed, but my viewport half closed with the gray space. The left side moved to the right. How do I fix it? I'm struggling. Try making a new document. Go to Documents, New. Instagram account link? Sure. So this link will take you to all my social media, but if you need them separate, here it is. Você tem que ter noção de desenho para esculpir? Em teoria, não, Vitor. O importante são os fundamentos, coisas como proporção, anatomia, silhueta e coisas assim. E desenhar ajuda a te treinar nisso, assim como esculpir. Só que desenhar é um pouco mais rápido. E normalmente é onde várias pessoas começam, né? Tipo assim, quando você é criança, você não tem acesso ao ZBrush, digamos. Mas você tem acesso a papel e caneta. Então as pessoas começam desenhando normalmente. Mas precisar? Não precisa, só ajuda. O importante é aprender os fundamentos. I'll give it a second. I don't know why. I think it's my quick saves. Maybe I have too many of them and it's getting in the way. Let's find out. No? Oh. Yes, it is my quick saves. Too many. There we go. Vocês mantêm os mesmos horários da stream? Sim. Tem 6 fundamentos, obrigado. Eu tento esculpir, mas chega muito desproporcional. Com a prática vai melhorando, né? Com certeza, sim. Mas eu recomendo tentar um pouquinho de estudos no papel, muito mais rápido. Literalmente, você treina os mesmos músculos mentais, só que você tem que fazer um ângulo. Então, fazer no papel, numa boa, assim, não faz... É muito útil, tá? I have some issues lately where any kind of save will crash ZBrush, like even bringing in Untitled Explorer will save as. Try checking to see if your scratch disks are full. Mine was just now. Yuri's lightweight, never. Let's work on the ears a little bit. I have not done anything on the ears. Those ears are cute right there. The mouths for a nice little base. Gonna have to do some research. You love my brows? Okay. So I'm going to turn on backface mask in here so that when I am editing one side of the ear, the other side is still okay. How many languages do you speak? 2 in languages. Obrigada pelas dicas, sem problema. I like your comments. Bro, learn ZBrush here. That is exactly what I'm here for. We learn ZBrush. I will not answer personal questions, but I can say one thing with conviction, which is whether or not I'm looking for somebody to date, it definitely won't be here. Not because of you guys, but it won't be on a stream. That would be weird, right? That would be weird. Not looking for a date tonight. Thank you, though. I mean that with the most love possible. Why would I use this stream as a place to find a date? That sounds kind of unprofessional. Keep it together, guys. Maurício, sempre bom assistir a live também. Obrigada, Maurício. Estão muito emocionais esses moleques. Meu sonho é algum dia ver o ZBrush no stream. Na Steam? Ah, eu sei como assim na stream? A gente tá fazendo uma stream agora, mas aí para. How many years are you sculpting? 6 years or so? Why Pixologic streams are 2 hours long? Mine is 3 hours long. And I'm almost at the end. So if you guys want to ask any last questions, make sure to get them in soon. I only have about 10 minutes to go.
I'm just trying to get to you.
I'm not going too crazy on the ear, just kind of trying to get some shapes in here. Look a little more natural. I always neglect the ears on my streams. I'm gonna get to them eventually. Does the pug have a name yet? This is a French bulldog and it doesn't have a name, so you guys can go ahead and name it if you want. Sorry if this is too much, can you share the Discord invite here because Linktree doesn't work in my country at the moment? I don't know why. Sure. That is weird. That's good to know. I thought it worked everywhere. Guys, if you're enjoying the stream, make sure to follow me on social media. I stream every single Sunday at 5 p.m. Central on a Carolina Arts right there on Twitch. You can join me. We do some ZBrush together. We do challenges and games and things like that. This pug's name is Justin Babar. I'm new to ZBrush and I'm learning it. It's awesome. Oh, isn't it great? I love it too. Thanks so much. I don't know. I just started not working 3 days ago. Are you using Subdivision or Dynamesh? Right now I'm using Dynamesh, but eventually I'll switch over to Subdivision. Do you think for a 3D artist the best option for portfolio is ArtStation or Behance? ArtStation. ArtStation is like the choice right now. Although it doesn't hurt to also have a Behance just for more discoverability, like if you're looking for freelance and stuff, it's good to put your work in a bunch of different places. In my opinion, anyway. Let's give him a quick little paint, just to celebrate. Kinda yellow for a base coat. I love the little dog's little dark eyebrows that they have sometimes. So cute. So stinking cute. Strong. Let's give the eye the tiniest paint job ever. Tiny paint job. I mean, it's far from done, but there's a tiny paint job. I'm gonna actually add a little bit of darkness to the in the back there. We don't see it as much. It's saturated. And how much Dynamesh are you working? Let's see here. 128. Black links help clear the vision in a sunny day. Essa parte da esterilizar colorir é muito difícil ainda pra mim. Tem vários tipos de mapas, né? Tipo diffuse. Eu recomendo estudar um pouquinho sobre isso. Só alguns mapas são importantíssimos. Do you always have this time slot for Pixar or does it change up? Always this time slot every other Saturday. Ana, alguma dica para esculpir e ficar direito na cadeira? Se eu soubesse, eu faria. Inclusive, eu tô morrendo aqui de dor sempre. It's my first time watching the streamings and honestly very helpful. Thank you very much, Maximiliano. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Quando treino em modelagem de corpo humano, atualmente mantenho foco somente na parte da cabeça. Você acha melhor manter foco em alguma parte do corpo humano ou treinar o corpo inteiro? Eu acho que é bom treinar o corpo todo. Não precisa nem fazer um corpo gigante. Você pode fazer partes. Um braço, perna, torso. How would you make the hair? I would probably use fiber mesh or Xgen. Just join Discord. Nice. Let me post my links again. There are my links in chats for you guys to follow me. Join my Discord. It's an awesome server. It's free, where our community hangs out. We do challenges. We play games and things like that. So we do sometimes we do like live hangouts. We share tutorials, tips and tricks, resources. We do critiques there 24/7 basically. You can get your work critiqued by me and other professional artists. It's just a wonderful place to network. So make sure to join the Discord. The link is right there. Then here's my link tree for other things like my future YouTube videos and things like that. You really got the dog good. Thank you, Mikodi. Mokdi, Mikodi. Is ZBrush polypaint or texturing is enough for game characters? I would say no. Most of the time, ZBrush polypaint is not enough for game characters. See you next time with some new stuff. For sure, for sure, for sure. Thank you guys. Well, it is 2 p.m. It's time for me to go have lunch. I will see you guys in the next one. I stream on this channel every 2 weeks, so every other Saturday at this exact same time. I stream on my own personal channel every single Sunday at 5 p.m. Central and we do ZBrush. So stop by, join us tomorrow. We're doing a challenge tomorrow, so you can actually sculpt with me and show off your work, get it seen by hundreds of people, stuff like that. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm going to post again my links. Just make sure you guys follow along. I keep getting complaints that people don't see when I'm going live, and I'm like, just follow me on Instagram or anywhere and you'll know. So make sure to do it. And here's my Discord again. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for everything.